right, this is Bill Algie from Rages Rock Podcast. I got Roy Cathey here sitting with me.
What's up, buddy?
I'm telling you, I got to tell you, last night at that pre-party, you fucking killed it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
I don't say that to everybody because I don't believe in doing that bullshit stuff.
Right.
But dude, you were in the pocket.
I appreciate it, man. I've been singing for a while. I think I finally got it figured out.
I would say you got it figured out.
I finally got it figured out. It took a while. It took a while.
Wait, so what's it like being up there with people that you probably admire? Like, Billy Sheehan was there last night. You got Martin. You got a lot of other folks there. What is that feeling like when you find out? Okay, I'm going to get to play with these. I'm going to get to sing with these guys.
Well, at heart, I'm still a fan.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm still that kid from North Carolina that is living his dreams. And it's very surreal to get up there on stage with somebody like Brian Forsyth of Kicks. My band has opened for Kicks. I've followed their career for years. They're a regional favorite in my area on the East Coast. So for me to be able to get up on stage with people like that and to be playing with the drummer for Accept and stuff like that, I am still a fan. So, I've got to play it cool, be the pro, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But deep down inside, I'm like, oh my God, So it's really a joy to be able to still be doing this and to be playing with people that I consider my peers, and have them go, whoa, because I'm still like, I like to say I'm the most famous unknown singer on the planet, but it's an amazing experience to be able to get up on stage with these guys. It really is.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know how it's determined, the mix of who plays with who and how that whole thing works out, but it's always I think this is probably my 4th or 5th Rare Hare Show.
Mm-hmm.
And it never comes off bad.
Well, Tyson Leslie is the mastermind behind this stuff, and even though he was like on a boat in the middle of the ocean somewhere this time, he put the pieces in place, and he put it in the hands of some very capable people, and there's a method to his madness, and he's so in tune with the Nashville and national music community that he can put these things together, and I'm sure he's got a huge dartboard or something in his house somewhere.
That's a spreadsheet.
Yeah, it's a spreadsheet. He's got a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet somewhere. Where he's putting the pieces together. But it's not an easy task. But he always makes it happen, and it's really crazy to get the emails. It's like okay, well, here's your band for Mississippi Queen, and here's your band for Hush, and it's like I'm looking at the players and I'm like, holy cow,
a little bit of shell shock.
A little bit of shell shock, especially though, with playing with Brian last night was just a super treat, because he's such a great guy,
Yeah. Oh, look,
speak of the devil,
right there
as he walks by.
There you go. It's crazy.
Yeah, great
guy.
So
what are you working on now? What do you got going on? So you had the 5th stuff going on.
Yes.
So where's that at?
Well, actually, I went to the RFK Media, our label table. That's where I'm sitting, and there is the new 5th CD. The record is going to be released on May 2nd, and it was amazing to walk up and see the CD. I haven't even seen it yet.
Wow.
And to be able to open it up and look at the artwork and everything, once again, going back to I'm a fan, so
sure.
I opened it up and I looked at it and I was like, yes, I like this, because the fans will like it. We put the effort to put the pictures in there, the liner notes, lyrics where you can find them on the website and stuff like that. But really excited about the 5th record. Like I said, it comes out May 2nd. We're playing the M3 pre-party May 1st. And that's going to be our first show back in quite some time, and we're going to be, of course, the record will be there and available for sale. But, the plan of it is to push that as far as we possibly can, and we've got Ron Keel RFK Media and Aaron Fisher and just a great team of people behind us. And we were the first band signed to the label, so no pressure. So
you might want to need to make some money off that.
Yeah,
record.
right. Better recoup. But it's a great time to be alive for me. I've got that going on, and of course, Cold Sweat just come off the Monsters of Rock cruise.
Yeah.
So I've got a lot of irons in the fire, man. I mean, I'm working hard and just enjoying every moment.
So I've not been on the Monsters of Rock cruise yet. I've toyed with it for a while. Just really haven't pulled the trigger yet. But is this something I should do?
Pull the trigger, man. I'm telling you, it is so much fun. It's basically a floating festival. There's like 50 bands. And what I love about it is you're on a boat with thousands of people that love the same kind of music that you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're surrounded by like-minded people. And it's just a blast. I mean, from the moment that you get up to the moment you go to bed, it is rock and roll and just beautiful scenery and beautiful people. And Larry Morand and the whole Monsters of Rock cruise has really kind of perfected it, you know what I mean? And it's hard to catch all the bands. You get a daily schedule, and it's like you got to plot it out like you're playing a football game. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's tough to catch everything, but it's an amazing time. I've got to do it twice, and always when we get the chance to do it, it's a really, really good time.
Have you seen anybody on there that you had not seen before that once you saw them you were like, oh shit, they were just like
hardcore superstar?
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I was, I've always heard a lot of great things about him, and there was always a huge hype about Hardcore Superstar. And when I got to see him live, I was like, oh, okay, that's why,
Yeah.
But to me, they just remind me of like a Swedish Guns N' Roses. They've got that edgy danger kind of feeling. They've got some really good songs and a great live show, and they're very fan friendly and interactive and everything. So I've really enjoyed seeing Hardcore Superstar. But
cool.
Also, you get to rub elbows with your peers.
Yeah.
And
you don't get to see very often, right? Because everybody's out doing whatever.
Everybody's touring, and on the cruises, it's a captive audience.
Yeah.
And that's another cool thing about it. You could be walking the deck and, oh, shit, there's fucking the lead singer of Hardcore Superstar in his swim trunks, on the water slide.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
it's like you get to see the people up close and personal. They're taking photos, they're hanging out and talking. So it's a lot of fun. It's really cool.
Cool. So what do you got planned left today? You got some more things going on?
Got several interviews. I'm here to promote the 5th record, here to promote all things RFK Media, and just soaking up all the wonderfulness that ROCKNPOD is. Hanging out with people like you, and I gotta thank you and what you do. You guys are really the ones that are holding the banner and flying that flag high. You guys are keeping the genre alive.
Trying.
Something that a lot of people don't realize. Regular radio is not really. It doesn't cut it. It hasn't been cutting it for years, and especially for rock bands, we're like the redheaded stepchild of the music industry. You know what I mean? It's like since the dump of the late '80s, it's like we've turned into that afterthought.
Yeah.
But rock and roll has always been about underground. It's always been about rebellion. It's always been about that band that the mainstream really didn't hear about. The edge. It's always been on the edge. And thanks to guys like you, the internet radio, the podcast, stuff like that, you're keeping the genre alive. You're keeping the flag flying. And man, I gotta thank you, man. I
appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Appreciate what you
guys do. Never thought
about
it from that perspective, but
I will.
It's definitely doing this has opened us up to a lot of different music too.
Absolutely.
Things that we would never have. I would have never probably found.
Absolutely.
Had we not had it. So and word of mouth too. It's like we'll get on the show and talk about it. Something that we found that's good, or the 5th, or whatever. And then I'll play it in the car with a buddy, and you go, dude, I just got this CD from so and so, and you got to hear this shit.
And how cool is it for you? You're doing something that you love.
Yeah, this is not work.
Yes, I mean, and there's the saying: if you do something that you love, you don't work a day in your life.
Yeah,
and you're doing something that you're passionate about. You're sharing new music with people, and you're getting to hang out with your buddies, and you're getting to do events like this. So, it's all a good thing, and you guys are playing a real pivotal role in keeping the genre going. So
thanks. We appreciate that a lot.
Absolutely.
Well, man, it was great to have you on today.
Thanks for
having me.
For a
little bit of your time. I know you're a busy man. You
my pleasure.
A lot of places to hit.
Yeah, man. It's going to be a good afternoon, but this is a good way to kick it off. You're my first one for the day. So.
All right. Well, there you go. You got to start it off right, man.
That's right.
Good to have you.
All right, man, my friend.
Thanks.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.